It's that time of year again. National Farm Toy Show time in Dyersville, Iowa. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I've got a special video for you tonight all about the big show with highlights from last year's show. So, smash the like button and let's go. The 44th Annual National Farm Toy Show is going on this coming weekend, Friday, November 5th through Sunday, November 7th, 2021. The show is located at the Beckman High School, the National Farm Toy Museum, the Commercial Club Park, and outside sales in Dyersville. The show hours are 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday the 5th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday the 6th, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday the 7th. General admission is $10 per day, or get a floor rights pass for $30 and get into the show early all weekend. Talk about a great deal. Same money for all 3 days and get in early. The best deal. Floor rights passes get in at 2 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. on Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, floor rights passes get you in at 8 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. Now that the nitty-gritty details are out of the way, let's talk about some of the events that make this show special. The first and main event is the toy show and sales. Shop farm toys, trucks, construction equipment, and memorabilia at just under 200 booths. The premier building for the booths is the Beckman High School. Shameless plug here. Stop by my booth in Beckman High School, hallway H2, table 27, and say hi and get one of my Chevrolet Bisons or Chevrolet Titan 90 semi-trucks in 64th scale. Other sales booths are in the National Farm Toy Museum, the Commercial Club Park, and outside tents around the museum and scattered in other parts of Dyersville. There are dealers here from all over the United States, bringing with them models of region-specific equipment. It's a great place to expand your collection to include some items from other parts of the U.S. If you are looking for a specific farm toy or truck, odds are someone will have it here. Also, for all you display guys, there are tons of accessories available to choose from to take your display to the next level.
You've got all the interesting stuff here.
Okay. Well, we've got an arrangement of various 1/64th scale display items. They are made for a wide spectrum of displays, not just farm toys, but also construction and other dioramas, including trains. And the items we have, the majority are 3D printed, a few that are scratch built, come from several different suppliers. We just try to be a one-stop shop for what somebody needs for a display, whether that be a small item for their shop, figures, we have equipment, larger fuel tanks and those kind of things, and we just try to have a wide selection of what anybody might need.
And then you also do the trees, and
we have a complete selection of trees. They're all individually handmade. We have added shrubs or hedges this year, or small brush. We also have a complete line of silfloor static grass, which is a high quality grass, doesn't have the shine to it that some of the static grass has, so it looks a little more natural. We love that product. We're adding resin, water that you'll mix and pour to make your water in your ponds and creeks and those kind of things. So that's a new product we've got coming. Have corn, cotton, about, like I say, any kind of natural material that you could want for a display. We try to consider that we have it. If we don't have it, usually we can get it.
cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is the National Farm Toy Show Display Contest. Each year, contestants from all over the world test their diorama building skills by building the finest farm display seen. Each year, the displays get more elaborate and detailed.
You want to talk about your toys?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What do you want to know?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I started collecting in 2008 and turned it into a hobby to buy and sell as well. And I enjoy it. I enjoyed the camaraderie with the other vendors. I mean, it's priceless. You know.
Oh yeah.
You meet people and get to talking, and it's very comforting. So, yeah.
Meet
I'm
lots
from
of people.
Holman, Wisconsin. So,
You're not too.
north
You're
of
a
the
decent
cross.
drive.
Yeah. So, and I've been here at the National Show for, well, I'd say probably 6 years. It took me a while. I was on the waiting list to get in. And once I got in, I enjoy it now. I mean,
Did you come as a spectator before?
yes. And to me, to make a successful toy show, you need the volume of people coming through. Because I mean, some of these other smaller shows that I go to around Wisconsin or even Minnesota, you know, you have people come through, but you need the volume.
Yeah.
You know, maybe 1 in 50 will buy it. The other shows were here is 1 in 50, but you're, like I say, it's just the volume.
But there's a lot more.
Makes a big difference in your sales. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I deal pretty much with just 1/16 scale. I don't really have what I call junk toys. I mean, my toys are in good shape. If they aren't in good shape, I don't even buy them.
Don't want them
to sell or resell. Or if I find something that I like, I keep it. But it's got to be in good shape. When I want to make something, I go on the internet or I go to farm implement dealers and see what the real toys look or the real stuff look like.
Yeah.
You know?
And then go from there.
And there's a good example is these wagons. Ellis Chalmers made 2 different types of forage wagons.
Mm-hmm.
Some had the tandem axles like these.
A little bit longer.
Well, no.
Well,
These
maybe
are all
not.
16 scale, but the newer ones, Ellis Chalmers made with the flotation tires,
Yeah.
like this.
Right.
I make the bale throw wagons. Here's your tandem axle forage wagons.
For the kids, there is a sanctioned pedal pull on Saturday only. Registration for the pedal pull is at 9 a.m. and the pull starts at 9:30 a.m. and runs till around 1:30 p.m. Event is great fun for the kids and concludes with a trophy ceremony for the winners. For those of you who want a souvenir specific to the show, Toy Farmer commissioned Reuhl to create 2 commemorative John Deere farm tractors for this year's event. First is a 1/16 scale John Deere 3010 wide front tractor, and second is a 1/64 scale John Deere 8960 four-wheel drive tractor.
So these are some prototypes that we're working on.
Okay.
This is a Minneapolis Moline NTX, which was early on was the Army went to several different manufacturers to look for a new vehicle that could cross over terrain and be used for military purposes. And this is what Minneapolis Moline had come up with. And this is actually a 3D print of a model that we are proposing to build, and been very well received at the show so far. And then we've got a sheep's foot packer that we're working on, very heavy, all out of zinc, all built with screws and little bolts and so on.
25th scale?
Yes, it's actually 1/24th to match up with the Reuhl.
Okay.
The difference between 1/25th and 1/24th is
Negligible.
Minuscule, yes.
Yep. Cool.
And then we have a series of rollers that we're working on as part of kind of introducing some Reuhl experimental pieces in which we are actually, as we build prototypes and some of the design mechanisms, then we offer those to some of our collectors for sale. Reuhl experimental pieces are usually less than 10 in total construction.
Cool. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Another big event is the National Farm Toy Show auction. This auction is presented by Toy Farmer and goes through Tom Cornwell and Associates for the Auctioneers. The auction is Saturday, November 6th, 2021 at the Beckman High School. This consignment auction brings some of the premier farm toys from all over. It is a great place to find some of those very rare farm and construction toys. Also sold are cast iron toys, pedal tractors, and farm-related memorabilia. It's an auction you won't want to miss. The catalog is available online at cornwellauction.com until the auction ends. Early bidding is possible through their site on the 371 lots in this year's auction. Next scheduled event is the Sanctioned Micro Mini Pull. This is a really neat event as it pits tiny tractors pulling against each other to see who can build the best puller. The pulling tractors are 1/16 scale, so just imagine how small the engines are to fit in one of those tractors. These guys really put their all in, just like the full-size pullers do, so don't miss out. A word of caution though, the engines on these guys are very loud, so ear protection would be a pretty good idea if you want to attend this event. Polls are at 11 a.m. on Saturday the 6th and 9 a.m. on Sunday the 7th.
Well, I would say that a lot of the inspiration comes from all my driving out in California and seeing all the single axles, and just really kind of like them. They're something different, and putting them together, I just have a lot of fun chopping stuff. So, I mean, like I told the guy, I said the only thing I have a bigger budget for in trucks is my saws. So, but something unique, and not a lot of people do it, so it's a niche.
Yeah.
And I have fun changing things up, you know, on the stock stuff. This one here was done in 2013. It's basically it's all scratch built, originally done and given to a few people to see if we could replicate it. And finally, after a few years, we finally get DCP
Over there.
and of course, first thing I have to do is change the axle configuration.
Of course.
We got this one here is a modified K100, shorten the cab up, and some tractor fab detail on the front, and with the grill and
Ooh, a nice visor on there.
visor and bumper. Yeah, they did real good stuff, so hopefully we can see them come back into business, because a lot of people really enjoyed their stuff.
Uh-huh.
And anytime I get a small collection or anything like that, I like to buy parts lots and add my flair to them. So
I like this Coronados.
those are starting out like that.
And then end up like this.
I can make them 45. I can make them pretty much any length.
That's a vast improvement.
Yeah. But like I say, a lot of my inspiration comes from hauling livestock out to California and back, and this is the only thing that they can get around out there with their kingpin laws.
And some of the places they go to is pretty tight anyway.
You can't put a big truck in them. You know, the big multi-axles, a lot of the northern Montana and Idaho areas where they need the axles for their weight, ridge laws, but they still have to be on a double setup like that to get in and out of some of the mountain areas. So, like I say, a lot of fun.
Yep. Yeah, West Coast stuff runs some stuff that we just don't see back here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of shiny on most of it. I mean, these are the top shelf replica, and I like to line up all the lines, so
they look right.
3 different panels to make one trailer. I actually make the doors functional to where they slide up and the ramps fold down.
Oh, nice.
This is going to get a little more detailed to where you'll see the ropes and actually have the pin in there. And the ropes, if you were a little person, would actually be truly functional. It's kind of fun. One of those little things I've done. It closes up. That's how they get in and out of some of the places, is they just pull right up beside a chute and
drop it down
right into the side instead of having to back up and turn around. And
definitely helps in your doubles configuration.
absolutely, backing up a set of doubles is definitely one of those unique things that a special driver can do. But
And last, but certainly not least, the National Farm Toy Museum is open. It's a great place to take a few moments to slow down from the hustle and bustle of the rest of the events. Current museum collections include 100 years of the Nebraska Tractor Law. For those that don't know about this, Nebraska tractor test laws put the equipment makers to the test of living up to their boasts in order to sell tractors in the state of Nebraska. These tests became the foundation of the modern standards for horsepower and torque testing on not just farm tractors, but also on automobiles and trucks. Bernie Klusner's wooden marvels are the collector's showcase right now. Bernie's entire collection of handmade wooden toys are some of the most detailed and intricate woodworking replicas in the hobby. Bernie started in 1994 and has created 53 toys to date. These toys are made with over 14,000 individual pieces. Talk about incredible. Ertleland celebrates 75 years of farm toys from the famous Reuhl brand. Started in 1945 by a mold maker named Fred Reuhl Sr. in his basement. Fred bought war surplus metals, surplus aluminum aircraft parts to be exact, to melt down and make his first toys. 75 years later, the Reuhl name is known around the world as the leader in farm toys for kids of all ages. Incidentally, Reuhl is the company that put Dyersville, Iowa on the map. On the upper level right now is an exhibit celebrating 100 years of John Deere tractors. John Deere has celebrated its 100th anniversary in the farm tractor business, and one of the best ways to see 100 years of history in a single room is through toys. See the evolution of the famous green and yellow tractors with this large collection of miniature replicas. This annual show brings in tens of thousands of farm toy fans and collectors for good times and good buys. But the town is pretty small, and lodging is scarce, so plan accordingly. One last place to visit in Dyersville is the Field of Dreams movie site. It is located just outside of town and has plenty of parking so that you can relive the dream. I hope many of you can make it out this year to the show and help keep our hobby alive. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I'll be back soon.